We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology. We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
Boom, boom. Is that it? Do we got me? You feel me? Is that it? Let's just make sure we got no echo. For those of you that can hear me, this is the semifinal Swift Current S3 Group Disaster Series. There is no echo. Not for you anyway. I can hear myself. See if we switch that off. I think that's going to do it. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Oh, we got a little ghost man. Get the ghost man out of the way. These are skip stones. You can hear my beautiful voice. You can see curling. I'm saying this stream is pretty much ready to go. Get a little look at the away end. Just missing on ice audio. See if we can get that ambient audio going.
S3 Delta ATV-size harrows are for landowners, arena operators, groundskeepers, contractors, and everyone in between. Our maintenance-free harrows are made of rugged materials which allow work to be done, not done on them. Our harrows are used for maintaining corrals and indoor arenas. They can also level and smooth pastures, gravel paths, and driveways. They're wonderful for preparing seed beds for food plots. They can dethatch and aerate to allow moisture to get where moisture needs to be. Manure doesn't do any good in a pile. Our harrows help break it up and get it dispersed. Best of all, it's not a one-dimensional product, as it can be used in 3 different ways: in an aggressive mode, a less aggressive mode, or even on its back in a smoothing mode, all accomplished with the simple placement of our drawbar. Made in America with American steel in Shenandoah, Iowa.
I've been raised on the farm since day one, so I was born into it. My grandfather came in here in 1905. I want to continue the farm for him and generations to come. So
I think it's a privilege that we get to be here. It's just a wonderful way of life.
You know, what job is there that you can go to work with your dad and brother, with your kids by your side? Doesn't get much better than that.
All right. I was working hard trying to get some on-ice audio for everyone, but it's just a little too difficult with what's already set up, so you're stuck with me. My name is Rory McCasker. I am the curling stadium operator for this event, for this day, for this draw here. Switching cameras, watching the game with you. Let's get everything else making sense here. It's the second end. It was Mitchell, Team Mitchell, with a single point in the first end. Now we've got Michelle throwing the lead stones, skipping and throwing lead stones. All right, house is pretty cleared up. We got a 4-foot line guard. Got a rock semi-buried behind that guard, a little behind the tee line. So Team Englot going to try to make use of that, but with Team Mitchell up to bat, they'll try to leave one in the top 8-foot, take away that draw path, maintain control of this kind of guard path that's developed. Jenna Hope throwing third stones for Team Jessica Mitchell, playing out of Saskatoon. Michelle Englot declared out of Regina. Sarah England throwing third stones. Just trying to make sure that is who we have in the hack here. My view is not quite as large as yours. Got a lot of controls in front of me. That does not look like Sarah England. Clears the stones, rolls open. It's a fine shot. I do not think my lineups are correct, so I'm not going to go through them. I do see on the ice Stephanie Schmidt, Ashley Williamson, Michelle Englot for Team Englot. I do see on the ice Megan Freirks. I see Jessica Mitchell, but I'm not sure about the other two. So straight draw for Team Englot. Looks like Ashley's throwing third today. A little bit of half tuck. So Team Mitchell will see. That's what they'll go for. And they will not be able to avoid the guard. It is a wreck, and now, with only a few rocks to come, an open deuce setup takes shape. Ashley will draw the open side. Got to keep this second shot, though. Need a piece of the 8-foot. Really nice sweep. Going to keep these rocks fairly flat. Ooh, may have left a double. Tough to manage in the second end, keeping those rocks totally flat. Just a little thin, gets the one stone. Had the weight to make it, just couldn't quite get it on target. Getting the word from Coach Joan McCusker, TJ Heikert is subbing and throwing second. Sarah England not in the lineup for Team Englot. Try to replace this a little better, a little flatter. Don't want to leave that double attempt again. Team Mitchell has just seen that spot in the ice, and they get it a little flatter, but I think there still is a double angle there. No, Team Mitchell doesn't think so. They're looking at hitting and rolling the more shot rock of those two. Not wanting to take on the double. They're thinking they have a better chance at forcing a miss if they can remain shot rock. Force Team Englot into a hit. Little hit and stick here is going to score 2 points. Last rock, Team Englot. Stephanie Schmidt in the hack. Little intern hit to score 2. Easy clean, looks perfect. That's going to be 2 points on the board. Team Englot responds with a deuce. It'll be Team Mitchell with the hammer in the third when we return.
Hi there, Jim Hale for S3 Air Systems. Today we're going to talk about their new product, UFO Aeration. Here you can see the completed durable powder-coated steel frame construction and the large mega louver design that allows 4 times more airflow than traditional steel louver designs. Here I'm just bolting the stage halves together. You can see how the components lock together with just a counterclockwise twist for different aeration needs where you can add and remove stages. Just remember that once there's grain in the bin, you can't change how many stages are in it. Please empty the bin before you change the number of stages.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Welcome back. 2 shots down the ice. Looks like a center guard that came into the rings. And a corner guard that came into the rings. Wonder what happened there. Could have been a center guard that was ticked. Center guard just off center that was ticked. Not sure. Sails to the back 12. Still an okay force scenario brewing in the third end. Team Englot not really needing to throw a guard or anything, hoping they can just kind of keep 2 rocks in the rings, keep Team Mitchell guessing. Hoping to carry this momentum through to the very last shots of the end. Ideally, a similar situation where Team Mitchell will have to hit for 1. That one really got away. You can see Ashley sweeping the spot. Might have been a pick. Not sure. Tough to tell. It will be 3 in the rings for Team Englot at the end of this rock. Decent separation, all those stones. No obvious easy double. Looking pretty good. Good force end for Team Englot. Again, not feeling the need to throw a guard. They had 2 rocks in the rings. They probably could have thrown a guard, but choosing not to. Up a point in an odd end early in the game. Just a easy force scenario. Probably suits them better. Can't quite get this one to curl. That's going to be rolling, and it does roll out. Team Mitchell having trouble keeping their rocks down the broom here. Lots of kind of hits missing by a half rock or more. Tough to gain advantage when that keeps happening. Even better separation on those stones now, even less of a double opportunity. And now it looks like Team Mitchell's going to change gears, realize that they're never going to clean this mess up. And they will attempt to draw into the 8-foot, perhaps a freeze on the back yellow, perhaps just a T-line weight draw, create an obstacle, try to make it a little tougher for Team Englot to hit their stone. Don't blame them. The hits were not working. Time to switch gears, try a draw. This is curling quite hard, though. I think it's a little light as well. Yeah, they'll leave it a little high. Team Mitchell not snapping into form here, having some issues. Another free crack for Team Englot. Can only afford to give your opponent so many of these before you find yourself in big trouble. Sweeper's wanting this to slow down. And it'll come to a stop just behind the tee line. They were hoping to keep that above the tee line. That's going to give something for Team Mitchell to freeze to. Bit of a mistake there. Not too far off, though. And there's a made shot. Team Mitchell really needed that. Taps it back, increases the scoring area, hides their stone under some cover. That's a much needed made shot, Team Mitchell. Looks like Megan Frericks. Stephanie Schmidt will try to punch this rock out of the 4-foot. Whole goal was a force anyway, so as long as there's a free look at a stone, you think Team Englot's going to take that. Tap and roll. It's Team Englot lying 5. Really stern control of this end. Though, Team Mitchell has got two shots left to make something happen. All of the 8-foot available. Lots of rocks to freeze to use backing from. So, Deuce is still on the table. You know, starts with a made shot here from skip Jessica Mitchell. Waiting for this to curl. On this rock now. Trying to hold it in the 4-foot. Makes contact. Rolls just a little too far. Rolls out of the rings, in fact. That's still going to be Englot lying 3 or 4. Not good enough. Once again is going to give Team Englot an opportunity to choke off the 4-foot. It's just too many times in a row. Team Englot has rarely had to address Team Mitchell Stone in the rings. Sweepers want nothing to do with this one. Trying to get some curl out of it now. And there we go. Settles in the forefoot. Sweepers thought it was heavy, but ended up being all right. That's going to take away the out-turn draw path at least. Looks like the only way to score one is going to be through this in-turn. No one wants to throw it, though. Neither team has seen that in-turn path yet. So left that rock in a really good spot. Yeah, you can see Mitchell would prefer a hit on this side. And you know what? There should be enough room to stick around in the 8-foot to count their point this way. So nothing wrong with that. So here we go. It's the last rock, third end. Looking at some trouble. Jessica Mitchell opting for a hit. Sweepers on and off this one. Looks pretty good. And there it is. Good enough for a single point. Was never really in trouble, but just couldn't get anything rolling in that third end. So after all that, hadn't had the score up before. It is a tie game. It'll be Team Englot with hammer in the fourth end when we return.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
All right, tie game. That seemed like a pretty dominant end from Team Englot, but they didn't really have that much intention of scoring or stealing a point. It was really just a force end through and through. They got a lot of mistakes from Team Mitchell, but Team Englot never really interested in creating control in the forefoot. Probably could have stole a few if they had, but executed their strategy, made the force. Now they have hammer and a tie game in the fourth end. So let's see what they do with it. We've got a center guard from Team Mitchell. Really nice draw around from, I think that's TJ Heikert. Perfect top 8 foot, top 4 foot placement. Now a little bit of a heavy draw from Team Mitchell. He's going to put them in the back of the 8 foot. And an opportunity here for, oh no, Michelle is still throwing lead. So Michelle threw her rock, perfect top 4. Now she'll try to put another one there, top 8. Waiting for this to curl. There it is. 2 really nice shots from Michelle Englot, skipping the game, throwing lead stones. Michelle's strength was always draw weight and managing draw paths, knowing her own sort of throwing strength and tendencies. So she's made herself a really effective lead rock thrower, skipping the game, letting Ashley Williamson and Stephanie Schmidt bring up the back end of stones per end. It's going to have to be a big step up here for Team Mitchell in the 4th end if they're going to hang around in this game. I know it's a tie game, but it's been pretty decisively advantaged Team Englot. 2 forced points is all that Team Mitchell has been able to put on the board. This looks heavy as well. Might curl and catch a piece of Michelle's stones. No, it will not. It'll cruise into the back of the house, tapping their own. 2 rocks without hammer. Basically irrelevant. Michelle doesn't love that center guard, but she does love that her 2 stones are perfectly buried behind it. So it's a bit of an interesting scenario. This will be TJ Heikert's first stone. 1 and 2 clears those rocks out of the back. Very nice shot. Not sure what the call was. Call may have been a hit and roll. I don't know. But if the call was a double, it was made perfectly. Jessica Mitchell, wondering whether she wants to leave her center guard intact or not. That's the decision. And it will be a run back attempt. Gets 1, gets 2. Nice shot. Bashes an Englot stone back, removes one of them, pretty close to getting both of them. Creates an in-off angle for later. Really nice shot. Team Mitchell needed that. Needed a bit of sunshine in this game. Last 20 minutes or so has been very dominated by Team Englot. It'll be a draw tap shot here from TJ Heikert. Got this one a little outside, you can see. Stephanie is signaling that the rock is up weight. Might need some help slowing down. Getting some curl now. Did not tick the top. It's going to settle in the back 4. Not too bad. Not what the call was, but those are lined up pretty nicely. Keeps it within reason. Gets something nice out of that shot. Behind the tee line is not ideal, but nice and buried. So it looks like it is Megan Frericks throwing third stones. All over that center guard. A lot of weight, punches the guard right to the side. Michelle Englot, you know, knows she doesn't love a center guard. Center guard gives an opportunity to the team without Hammer to really flip an end in just one shot. All they need is one nice frozen stone to turn things around. So even though there is a double opportunity that she's leaving open, Michelle's going to call to the wing, leave the two central yellow stones available for removal, but wants to ensure that there's control over the center of the ice. So she's going to ask Ashley Williamson on her first stone here with Thirds Rocks to place a rock in the side of the house. This is exactly where Ashley was throwing in the second end, so she should have a pretty good idea of the weight and path. And for the third time in a row, Ashley's going to put that rock on the wing. Not maybe a little light. Sweepers could have, I guess, went a little earlier on that one. But there is no obvious double off that stone. It is third shot, unfortunately, so a bit of a mistake. We're going to call it a 3 out of 5. How about? Just needed about a foot more to get that shot 3. Team Mitchell will take the opportunity to make the double. And why not? They've got two opposition stones lined up. May as well take it. Gets one, stuffs the second. Bit of a missed sweep on that. I guess could have left it for a little longer or could have swept a little earlier to try and hold that rock in line. Had the weight to make a double, but just stuffed it dead on the nose. This is going to give Michelle a really good opportunity to make some separation between her stones. Going to ask Ashley to throw a hit and roll. Hopefully, yeah, create some right angles avoid some right angles and keep these rocks separated, leave no obvious double for the opposition. Keep in mind, Team Englot will still need to move that red stone on the wing if they want to score 3. Ooh, Ashley's going to be a little up weight there. Hits and rolls right out. Missed chance. That's an opportunity for Team Mitchell to lie 2. Hit and stick will lie 2 with no clear double. That's going to kind of ruin Michelle Englot's open multiple score end that she had brewing, although the advantage is there's no center guard. So even if Team Mitchell's lying 2, it'll be Stephanie Schmidt's 2 rocks. We'll give her an opportunity to construct a multiple score end. View count, who we got? Looks like 57 watching right now, tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. Looking for a little roll, and she's going to get it. That's a nice spot. Going to make it tough for Team Englot to hit that stone and roll anywhere buried. Team Mitchell stringing some shots together here. Looks like normal hit weight ice lined up here. Makes the hit. Overrolls, though. Ooh, did she hang on for shot rock? I'm not sure if she did. A little too aggressive with the roll. They're looking at it back and forth. They think it is yellow shot rock there, but it is exposed. Out-turn hit and stick should do it. And geez, that draw of Ashley Williamson's, if they had got that a little further, we'd be really looking at a good chance at scoring 2 here. But now here we are, end of the end, the last shots of the end, and Team Englot has not found a way to remove that red stone under cover. So Ashley coming up light on her draw is really going to cost them an opportunity here, especially if Team Mitchell can make this hit and stick. My girlfriend, Rochelle, just looked at me from the kitchen like, how dare you talk bad on Ashley Williamson? Ashley and Rochelle playing multiple fun spiels together on Thursday nights sometimes. I'm a big Ashley Williamson fan myself, Rochelle. Don't give me that stink eye. I'm sure she will bounce back. Team Mitchell looking down in the dumps the last few ends, really behind the 8 ball. Now stringing some shots together, forcing some mistakes and some getting more detailed with their makes. Fighting their way back into this game. Nice sweep here. Is going to hold that rock right where it needs to be. That's 2 Mitchell stones counting in the rings. There might be a double. It's really challenging. I don't think we'll see them take it on, but geez, we might. In Michelle Englot's experience, I don't really see Michelle play too aggressively in the first half of the game. I think we're going to see a draw for 1. Yeah, that's what the ice looks like. Had something cooking, but played it pretty conservatively. Tried to score their 2 open. Didn't throw a guard when the opportunity was there. It was a center guard, granted, so I understand the hesitation there, but did not guard their 2 stones down the center line and have now paid for it. There's no opportunity for 2 points. It is the last rock of the 4th end, and it will be a draw against 2 for 1 point. Stephanie Schmidt, last rock. And there it is. There you have it. It will be Team Mitchell with hammer. Englot leading by 1 when we come back after the 4th end.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Welcome back. 3 rocks down the sheet. First one, top 8. Then a draw to the wing. May have been a guard that came heavy. Michelle Englot, no problem, hits that one out. So, on the lead's second stone, looks like we'll see a hit and roll. So, no guards in lead stones this end. Free guard zone will go unused. That rock will hit and stay. Thanks again for joining me this fine Sunday afternoon. Feel free to chime in on the YouTube chat. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. If you have any connection to the teams, any stories about the teams, any good gossip, we'd love to hear it on the chat. Another good hit, keeps the Englot rock right on the center line. Geez, for how consistently Michelle Englot's team has been playing, they actually don't have a lot to show for it on the scoreboard. 1 point up without hammer in the 5th. Team Mitchell will try to hang on to this in the side of the house. And they will just hang on, it looks like. Teams are taking a look. I think it just clung on to the edge of the rings. Not sure if this gives us any much better of a view, but yeah, I think that hung on. I know we can see some white, but the camera's over the pin. It's going to get a bit of a weird angle. I think that's in the rings. And so does Team Michelle Englot as they go to hit this stone. And there it is. She will make the hit, but she will roll out. Kind of unfortunate. You'd like to hang on there. Now it's going to be an opportunity, if so desired, to hit and roll on that top yellow stone. Keeps the blank in play. Also just keeps control of the house, especially in the 5th end. You'd love to keep a blank alive. Make your move in the 6th end when you can perhaps go up a point with only 2 to play. That even end hammer math. I don't need to tell any of you about it. Kevin Martin made that famous. A lot of respect to Kevin Martin. Once he retired and started doing commentating, he started giving away a lot of these secrets. He described in detail all of his kind of tactical, strategical thought processes. And ever since Kevin Martin started commentating, it's been a new way of thinking about end management, game management, all that stuff. So, you know, kudos to Kevin, making us all a little smarter, a little better at curling, better at watching curling, that's for sure. Not sure if I've gotten better at playing curling in 15 years. I think I may have gotten even a little worse in that time, to be totally frank. Never stops being fun. Okay, little technical difficulties on my end. I am not a live commentator at this point. Looks like we've got a reset from Team Englot in the top 8 foot, a hit and roll or hit and stick call from Team Mitchell. Pretty open end we're seeing here. That's a made shot. Gonna stick around in the rings, and we'll have another hit and stick to answer. So, bit of a snoozer this 5th end, but that's what happens when there's no guards in play. Especially in an odd end like this. Not much to be done. Team Englot coached this weekend by my mother, Joan McCusker. Really taking a liking to this team, really having fun hanging out with them. All that kind of team room stuff, you know, how teams spend their time in the hotel rooms or their accommodations. A lot of girl talk, I think. A lot of laughs, a lot of big cackling laughs. Seems healthy, especially when you qualify out of the A. And you've got basically 24 hours to kill before your next game. Leaves a lot of time on a Swift Current Saturday night for some shenanigans. Wonder if they went to the Irish bar in Swift Current. What's it called? I've had some good times there. Lucky's Pool Hall. Yes, it is. Lucky Charlie's Pub and Pool. Great time on a Saturday night. Usually got some live music. Cash only bar though. Visit the ATM before you go. That's my advice to you. Or don't. Save your money. Play solitaire in the team hotel room if you have that type of discipline. I know I don't. Not if Matt Ring and Sam Wills are at the same tournament that I'm playing at. Not a chance. There is a casino in Swift Current. Curlers are notorious. Okay. Here we go. Back in. Enough stories about Swift Current pool halls. Back to the curling. Just had to get my commercials figured out. Make sure we are giving all the credit to the right sponsors that we need to. That'll be it. I assume it was a blank end. Oh, no. Just had the wrong view. Couple more rocks to come. It should be a blank end. Team Jessica Mitchell really hopes it will be. Really taking her time with this one. Really zoning in for this wide open draw to the wings. But hey, it's go time. 5th end, second half of the semifinal. These ends are not timed. You can take all the time you want to line up these shots. Swooper's working hard to get it there. Doesn't quite get there. Ends up being a draw. All that time in the hack. Still didn't get it there. I have noticed this all week. I'm not sure if I went on this rant yet or not this game, but the ice is a little tilted. Figure of speech, of course, not actually physically tilted, but the draws going away seem to slow down a lot more. The draws coming home towards the glass seem to glide a lot more. So teams have been getting caught on this all weekend long. That's from my very first stream on Friday night, I saw this kind of phenomena. A lot of clubs are like this, but it seems quite pronounced in Swift Current. You got to add a decent bit of weight. Seems like 6 feet or more. Sometimes even it seems like around 8 or 10 feet going away versus coming home. And that effect is more pronounced in the middle to the end of the game. So Jessica Mitchell gets caught on that, I think. Full sweep, still can't quite get that rock there. Now it's going to open the door. Stephanie Schmidt is going to have an opportunity to put a force stone in the rings. A rock buried behind that guard will be more difficult to remove, thus blank, but it looks like she's going to under curl. Not quite getting enough curl on this one. So blank opportunity is still there. Of course, you've taken away the out turn, which is probably the easier turn to hit and roll out. Going to force Jessica Mitchell to throw an in turn down the center line, so perhaps that's not as preferred. Made it a little more difficult, but a blank attempt, it will be all the same. With this last rock in the 5th end, Team Mitchell gets their wish. From very early on, it seemed like a blank was inevitable. Rock is on the way, light clean. They need this to curl a little bit. Looks like it will. Gets a piece. Will it get enough? Yes, it will. Out the side of the rings. That's a blank in the 5th. Team Mitchell will carry that hammer down a point into the all-important 6th end.
S3 Delta ATV size harrows are for landowners, arena operators, groundskeepers, contractors, and everyone in between. Our maintenance-free harrows are made of rugged materials which allow work to be done, not done on them. Our harrows are used for maintaining corrals and indoor arenas. They can also level and smooth pastures, gravel paths, and driveways. They're wonderful for preparing seed beds for food plots. They can dethatch and aerate to allow moisture to get where moisture needs to be. Manure doesn't do any good in a pile. Our harrows help break it up and get it dispersed. Best of all, it's not a one-dimensional product, as it can be used in 3 different ways: in an aggressive mode, a less aggressive mode, or even on its back in a smoothing mode. All accomplished with the simple placement of our drawbar. Made in America with American steel in Shenandoah, Iowa.
I've been raised on the farm since day one, so I was born into it. My grandfather came in here in 1905. I want to continue the farm for him and generations to come. So
I think it's a privilege that we get to be here. It's just a wonderful way of life.
You know, what job is there that you can go to work with your dad and brother, with your kids by your side? Doesn't get much better than that.
Welcome back. Here it is, the all-important 6th end, the fabled 6th end, the analytically so significant 6th end. Looks like a really high guard from Team Englot. Followed by a draw. Looks like that got all the way. Let's get a little look there. All the way to the button area. Now Michelle will throw a tap back. Looks a little hot. No, they were trying to remove that stone. Perfect shot. Nice little hit and roll around the guard. Michelle has had a very solid game. Oh, Chris and TJ Heikert walking side by side along the boards there. She's probably used to how bad Chris smells when he curls. So normally that'd be an avoidable situation. I'd be keeping 15 feet of distance at least with Chris huffing and puffing on the sheet next to her. Little hit and roll. Gonna take things to the wings. Nice shot there. Lead rock thrower, Team Mitchell. Oop, wrong side. There we go. It is Team Mitchell with hammer. It is Team Englot leading by a point. So, you know, analytically, about a tied game right now. See who can do what in the sixth end. We haven't seen Team Englot push for a steal much at all. But that might change this end, as the importance of scoring in the sixth is just so pronounced in the data, the record of your win percentage. Chances of winning. Shoot. That super high center guard, not really a huge factor. Tough to hide around a guard that far away. So Team Mitchell's going to have a crack at the stone in the middle of the house, no matter how buried it is. Sweeper's not liking this one. Here we go, getting a bit of curl. That finished up okay. Really heavy, but taps that rock to the back 12, rolls themselves to the wings. So Michelle's got a force if she wants it. Looks like she will take that opportunity. With that guard so high, they know they can't hide behind it anyway. So they will hit this rock on the wing. Trying to work on this one to curl. Won't curl quite enough. Rolls out of the rings. That's going to be a costly mistake. There's only one Englot stone in the rings now. Depends on the strategy here. Team Mitchell could clear the rings and keep a blank alive. They could also take off the center guard, make sure they have control over the middle, try to score two in an open fashion. Looks like a freeze call is the play. Not a peel, not a hit, but a freeze. So with this call, Team Mitchell is saying, we are scoring this end. No blanks here. Sweeper's trying to make it just right. This shot is really only effective if executed perfectly. And wow, look at that sweep. They'll get it within a foot. That's a very well-made freeze. Ballsy call and a really clutch make. Team Mitchell setting the tone here in the sixth end. Nice shot. Gets rid of both those stones along the wing. Ashley Williamson making it work, doing her thing. It's a nice shot. Hear that, Rochelle? I said, nice shot, Ashley Williamson. Told you I was an A-Dub fan. Who isn't? Deciding to use the center guard, it's pretty high, but if Team Mitchell can put a rock top 12, top 8, it's going to be more difficult to remove, and it's not going to really interfere with their ability to control the top of the house. So Team Mitchell has already made a decision that they are going to try to score multiple points this end. So they're going to use what they have. High center guard, not ideal, but they're going to use it anyway. That's what you don't want to do, though. Don't want to come deep. And that's exactly what I was talking about, this towards the glass. The draws have been sailing a lot easier, a lot quicker towards the glass than they are back towards the wall. Quicker coming home than it is away. And teams are just having trouble adjusting. I've seen a lot of this difficulty all day long, all weekend long. Nice hit around the guard. Removes the stones, sticks around the rings. That's about as good as you can ask for. Two nice shots by Ashley. Not a lot of places to hide. Team Mitchell. Again, Team Englot not playing aggressively. Like, you may have seen them try a draw there, but I mean, the guard's just so high. Not a lot of room to hide. Looks like it will be a hit. Team Mitchell weighing their options. Neither team really wanting to use that high center guard. They know it's going to be pretty easy to get around no matter what. They will roll out, however. Can't keep that rock in the rings. Nothing else to use, so Team Englot will try to use their center guard. Probably best to keep this one high, top 8-ish. Waiting for this to curl. Seems pretty out there. There it is. Right where Skip Michelle Englot had her broom tapping, maybe a foot deeper. Nice shot, Stephanie. Totally buried. Just making it as challenging as possible to chase. Gets around the guard, makes the hit, rolls to the 12-foot, sticks around. Again, that's about as good as you can ask for. It's going to force Team Englot to chase it out there on the wing. The result of this end has been written in stone for the entirety. It's just been a matter of getting there. Both teams dialed in, though. Team Mitchell was really, really struggling those first 2 or 3 ends, keeping up with Team Englot. Since then, it's been tit for tat. Both teams staying with it. No clear advantage either way, at least since the fifth end here. I'd even say since the 4th end. Last shot for Team Englot. Just trying to make this go away. I guess you want to stick around in the rings. I mean, there's a bit of backing there you could make use of if Stephanie was to roll about a foot broom side. It'd make the blank attempt, I guess, a little hard. Leaving this all alone. No, it's a hit. It's a rollout. It's going to be a wide open house. No final shot necessary for Team Mitchell. They can just blast this through the rings and get their blank. Cleaning it straight through. That will be a successful blank attempt. It is a 3-2 lead for Team Englot. Mitchell will have hammer in the 7th. 2 ends to play, potentially. We'll have that for you when we come back.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Welcome back. Seventh end. Game has been in a bit of a frozen state last few ends. Looked like we had a few opportunities for Team Englot to score multiple points earlier in the game, but never really got aggressive enough to push that issue. Saving it for the last few ends. Well, guess what? We're in those last few ends. Here we are. What are we going to see? We've got a center guard to start. A really nice draw around the center guard. Top button, top forefoot, totally buried. Wonder if that was the call or whether that just came up late. Not too sure. I think that just came up late. So, bit of a mistake. Michelle's first mistake, if it was a mistake. That's why I'm doubting it was a mistake. Michelle's been right on it. Big opportunity, Team Mitchell. Gain control over the front of the house. This looks really nice. But it's going to come up short. And people, I cannot say it enough. The teams have not adjusted to this slanted ice. That going away, the draws have all come up short. Going home, the misses have all been heavy. I have not seen it the opposite way yet this weekend. Am I a genius? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I wonder when these teams are going to catch on to this, because it has been a pronounced trend all weekend long. Here we are in the seventh end. We've seen it over and over and over again. The front ends need to figure this out. Got to add something going away. Got to take it off coming home. That was a big opportunity to take control of the front of the rings. Now Team Mitchell has gifted a center guard to the team without hammer. This looks really nice. Just a little heavy. He's going to chip and roll off, but see, now we've got so much junk up front. I don't know if Team Mitchell could clear that up even if they tried. It would take 2 shots at least. 5 rocks down the ice. Now would be the time to make that decision. However, with Team Mitchell having shot rock right on the button, totally overburied, I don't see why they would get rid of that center line guard setup. So I think we're stuck with this for the rest of the end. Hit and roll coming from the team with hammer. I think the indication was to roll to the wing, which might indicate a desire to clean things up eventually. There is no roll. It will hit and stick, which you got to question because now, yeah, Team Englot's going to have a pretty open door to roll into the forefoot, get a really good force stone locked into that forefoot button area. I don't know how you're going to get rid of it. I don't know how you're going to score two. Massive opportunity. TJ Heikert, the sub on this team, to make an end-defining shot. Can't quite make the roll either. Not a bad result, but that's an opportunity missed. There's still way more than enough room to make that roll for the opponent. That was a really good chance to make something happen. Makes the hit, makes the roll, and that is a marvelous shot. Could not place that rock any better. Opportunity given, opportunity taken. Team Mitchell makes good on their chance to create that hit and roll. And now it's the team without hammer that's looking at running things back. It's always an awkward position when you have your center guards and your overlap that you want as a team without hammer, but couldn't capitalize. Now it's Ashley Williamson that's going to have to run things back and make some movement in the forefoot. Big weight, in-turn run back coming down the ice. It's going to be outside. Gets one moving. Does not move a second stone, so opportunity missed. Kind of twinning center guards, one on each side of the center line. Two perfectly placed Team Mitchell stones. Center pin area, center line forefoot area. See the ice there? I suspect this is going to be a high center guard. They know another run back's coming, so may as well make the distance as long as possible. Looks like they called a draw. That or it was like 20 feet heavy. But I expect that I just got the call wrong. Going to make this run back a little easier for Ashley. I think you get 3 rocks moving if you make this right. Looks really close. Yellow. Red, red, red. Gets 3 rocks moving. Spills a red to the side of the button. That's a huge shot. Exactly what Team Englot needed. Kind of the opposite order I thought that would go. I figured the last shot would have been a guard, and this one would have been a draw, but no, we got a draw on the first one, a guard on the second one. Got to think this was a miss. A miss light, I would think. And I believe this is a timeout. You see Joan McCusker come out. I wonder if she's wearing beach sandals today. A few weekends ago in Saskatoon, Sutherland, I noticed she was wearing flip-flops as a coach onto the ice. And I said to her, is that not against the rules? Don't you have to wear curling shoes? And she had actually studied the rules and had found that no, there was no articles regarding footwear. And flippity-floppity, she went out onto that backboard. Looks like she's wearing some normal human sneakers this time. Big improvement for Joan. Very respectful. Quick chat. Not very much to discuss there, I'm thinking. It was kind of this or this sort of discussion. And it looks like they have come to a pretty decisive conclusion. So we'll see where Michelle puts the broom here. And it will be a run back. It's all about the eighth end. Englot not trying to force a point here. Stephanie Schmidt's first stone will be a run back to clear the rings of all stones. Out-turn run back is down the ice. TJ is on this one, trying to hold it straight. This looks close. Just barely blows it by. Hardly missed. And here's the risk of that call. It's going to be an open opportunity to draw for two now. Kind of wondering about this. That looked like ice for a guard. Maybe it's a tap? Not so sure about this. Must have been. It was a lot of broom. That was more ice than we'd seen for any draw so far. Huh. Trying to figure that one out. Odd. So I wonder if we'll see a double attempt from Stephanie Schmidt. It did tap that rock back. You could try a freeze. Kind of risky. Could leave a shot for 3. Don't want to do that. A lot of weight. That's a big slide. I think we're seeing a double attempt coming down the ice. Just keeping it clean. They need a little thicker than this. 1 and 2. Blasted out of the rings. That's a nice shot, Stephanie Schmidt. However, yet again, it's going to be a wide open blank attempt. No attempt really needed. You could toss this one to the boards, you still get a blank. In fact, I've always wondered, why do people even throw this rock? Just kick it down. What more are you going to learn about the ice in the 7th end? Just boot this thing into the boards, reset. But I'm sure that someone could tell me why that it isn't advantageous to throw this rock. It will be a blank. Team Mitchell will hang on to the hammer once again. We'll have a 1-point game in the 8th end. Very fun. The tide has turned. Team Mitchell with the advantage. Making more shots, creating more scenarios. Putting the pressure on Team Englot now in the second half of this game. We will have the thrilling conclusion when we return.
We're for agriculture. For growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
Hi there, Jim Hale for S3 Air Systems. Today we're going to talk about their new product, UFO aeration. Here you can see the completed durable powder-coated steel frame construction and the large mega louver design that allows 4 times more airflow than traditional steel louver designs. Here I'm just bolting the stage halves together. You can see how the components lock together with just a counterclockwise twist for different aeration needs where you can add and remove stages. Just remember that once there's grain in the bin, you can't change how many stages are in it. Please empty the bin before you change the number of stages.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Here it is. It's been an incredible game. Wonder what happened with Team Mitchell's first one. Could it possibly be exactly what I've been harping on all game towards the glass, being a lot quicker? Did we see Team Mitchell throw a rock through the rings? Could have been a missed tick attempt. I mean, we do see a center guard that is off center. So Team Mitchell very well could have attempted a tick and had that go through the rings. It's that, or it was a draw that sank through as well. Needing 2 points, you would think. It would be something along those lines. Now we've got 2 rocks high of the rings, although I think that second yellow actually did enter the top 12 foot. Yes, it did. We'll see a hit and roll attempt. Really important for Team Mitchell to keep this rock in play. You don't want to roll out. There's the hit. There's the roll. And it will stay high of the rings. Fantastic shot. And with the 5 rock rule, that rock will be unremovable. Really, really nice. Nice throw. Nice call. Nice sweep. Team Mitchell earning themselves a corner guard, capitalizing on the mistake from Team Englot. Michelle will throw another center guard. Boom. Here we go. 8th end. Let me adjust that scoreboard. There it is. 8th end. Michelle Englot, who has played quite tentatively so far, will throw 2 center guards. TJ Heichert asked to make the feared 1 guard zone throw. So scary because you don't want to hog it, but you know if you put it deep, you'll catch. You'll know that you didn't make it right. So that just 1 zone guard, very difficult to throw. And this is going to come deep. Wasn't able to keep it high. Those stones will be grouped together. Very easy double peel. Not ideal. Draw around their own corner guard, or is this a tap? I don't know if that angle was even there. Could have been a split call. If it was, phenomenally successful. 2 rocks in the rings for Team Mitchell. Wow, just like that. Really strong setup. We're in for a doozy, folks. This is a great end shaping up here. The last of the second stones coming down the ice. TJ Heichert. Looking to make a nice freeze. It's got to be right on the lid. You don't want to leave this light. Sweepers will get it there. Maybe a 1.5 feet short, but that's a great shot. Controlling position in the top 8 foot. Team Mitchell does have the shot rock with overlapped center guards belonging to the opponent. No run back available on those center guards. Problem is, Team Mitchell is looking for 2 here. 1 is nice. It'll force an extra end, but really you'd want to take as many chances as you could really feel comfortable with in order to score 2 this 8th end, get the win, no extra end necessary. This appears to be Jenna Hope in the hack. I don't know this team that well. I don't know if there's a substitution. My lineup says Michelle Johnson lead, Megan Freyricks second, Jenna Hope third. I think I see Michelle Johnson on the left-hand side there. I think I see Megan Freyricks on the right-hand side there. So that would indicate, I mean, that makes me think Jenna Hope's throwing second, but I just don't know. Discussing their options here. If it were me, I'd be looking at getting rid of these center guards. I know you have shot rock, But those overlap centers, it's just your opponent is one shot away from ruining your day with those overlap centers. I think you got to get rid of them. Now she's indicating there's a chance that this jams into their stone biting in the 12-foot, which is very important. You want to keep that biting stone intact. That's how you're going to be able to clean up the middle and still have a shot at scoring 2 at the end of this end. So big decision here. They do decide to get rid of these guards, even if you kind of hit this little thick, roll the center guard, the top center guard, sort of more towards the wing. That's going to do a lot of good for you. This is way outside. Sweepers want nothing to do with it. Is she going to get anything? A little chip. Okay. Clears off one center guard. It does collide with their biter on the 12-foot. Not a good result. You've eliminated your own stone in the rings. You've left one of the center guards kind of in a troublesome zone. It's nice to get that one guard off the center line. That is a good thing, but jamming into your own stone in the 12-foot there was not part of the plan. So bit of a mistake. Ashley Williamson's first stone is going to be a run back. She throws it perfectly, nearly perfectly. Does spill the run stone a little open, more open than they wanted, but it was really important to get that Mitchell stone out of the button area. That's going to do a lot for Team Englot's chances of going to an extra end. The objective here would to be force Team Mitchell to a shot for 1. If they make that, you go to the extra end with hammer. That would be the objective. Great double takeout. Gets that roll over to the wing. That's a massive shot. I've just been informed by a mystery source, very mysterious source. Steph Bukarak is subbing for Jenna Hope. That would explain the lineup jumbling. Now, my mystery source, he can't be named. Cannot be named, but I'll give you a hint. He's done some commentary before. He does crush a few pints upstairs, and he's the former manager of the Highland Curling Club. Not saying who it is, just those few hints. Just a few hints for you. Another fantastic response. Holy, this game is heating up. That's a buried stone. Shrinks the scoring area. It still is Team Mitchell with the initiative. They have got the middle clear. They no longer have potential steal stones to deal with. It is their end to dictate. A nice draw here will really build their chances of scoring 2. Gets it mostly buried. Top of the 8-foot. That's going to do the trick. Showing a little bit of stone will be able to be removed, but that's a pretty good spot to be. Wonder what the discussion here is. Probably no real thoughts of stealing this end. You're just trying to create a situation where you're not gonna be looking at a shot for 2 for Team Mitchell. You're trying to take this game to an extra end if you're Team Englot. This is looking like some kind of run back being lined up. Yes, it is. Wow. Skinny run. I think the thinking here is even if you miss the run back, you're going to open up that red one for removal on the next shot. It'll give Team Mitchell less places to hide as well. Really important shot coming down the ice. This looks pretty close. They don't want to collide with the guard. Gets 1, gets 2. Wow. Really impressive shot, Stephanie Schmidt. Big team discussion. Made sure the confidence was there from all parties. Conversed with the coach. That was a tight window to get through. Stephanie had to throw quite a bit of weight. Keep that one straight. Massive shot. So 2 rocks remain, and they'll have to score them both if they want to win the game in the 8th end. So hiding this stone is priority number 1. You might even need to sink a little bit below the tee line in order to do it. I mean, obviously ideal is to keep this sort of top button depth, but, you know, might not have a choice. Skip Jessica Mitchell. She's just going to do what she can here to get shot rock. That's priority number one. Sweepers don't want to touch it. Definitely looks heavy. And yeah, that's going to sail clean through. Miscalibration, and there it is again. That's that slanted ice going back towards the glass, much quicker than the opposite way. And now, instead of a shot for two, we know it will only be a shot for one. And will it be an easy shot for one? That's what's going to be determined by Stephanie Schmidt's next rock here. They're going to try to put this thing wherever they think is going to make the most difficult make for Jessica Mitchell. Not that it's a huge priority to try and win the game right here for Team Englot. They're very happy to take that hammer into the extra end. Looks like they've decided on a draw to the top of the rings, try to choke off that 4-foot area, force Jessica Mitchell to play a path that she's not totally comfortable with. A lot of confidence with Team Englot knowing that they are only going to face a shot for one. So really just a way to increase the odds here. Try to make this draw a little harder. Sweepers on and off. Think they like it. Coming a little deeper than they had planned. But hey, I think that's a pretty good spot. Hit and stick will not do it. They'll have to roll a little bit at least. I know they wanted that a little higher up, force a draw. Now there's going to be a hit where really if she gets anywhere on the inside shade of nose, it's going to be a made shot. She still could draw if she really wanted to. You'd have to cross center line, but I think we'll see a hit attempt. So here it is. It's an out-turn hit to keep this game going. It's the last rock, 8th end. Team Mitchell blanked a few ends to be in this scenario. Here they are with the hammer. Looks like it's curling already. Trying to hold this straight. They do need a little roll inside. Hit is there. And I think it rolled just enough. I think it rolled just enough for a single point. Just waiting on the confirmation from the opponents. Looks like they will measure these. I think it's red. I think we're going to an extra end. Fitting finish for this excellent semifinal. Oh, sorry, they gotta get that. Can't see the yellow rock when there's that little indicator in the way. There we go. I am thinking that is clearly red. not really an issue of the pinhole or the camera angle playing tricks on us. I think someone just said, let's measure. And once those words were out of her mouth, that's what we're doing. So it will be an extra end. They'll put a stick to it just to make sure. They'll measure the yellow one first. Careful not to break the stick as you drag it towards the red one, ladies. And the stick does not even make it to nose of the red rock. Yeah. One red, extra end to come when we return.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
All right, extra end, here we go. Looks like a red rock in the corner, a yellow rock on the wing. Not sure what happened to the first one. Might have been a hog. Might have been thrown into the rings accidentally and hit and roll. Looks like we've got another missed guard. Is it going to stop in time? It does. It stops just shy of the rings. It's off the center line. Available for a tick if Team Englot so chooses. Going with the out turn. Tick attempt. Looks pretty good. Sweeping it in. We'll bunt that rock into the top 12. Two nice shots, it appears to be, from Michelle Englot. That red will be available for removal on the next go. It'll be a center guard, and we begin this extra end dance of guard peel, guard peel, guard peel. We've seen it before. The guarding team waits for a mistake from the peeling team and then attempts to make a move. So With no rocks in the forefoot and no center guards right now, it is definite advantage Team Englot. 5 rocks are up. It is peeling time. And Michelle will start with this top guard. Peel number 1, successful. 4 more to come for Team Englot. 4 more guards to come from Team Mitchell. That one comes pretty deep, but you know, we might try to see a double takeout here. I don't know how much good it does, but priority would just be getting that top guard off. We'll sweep this for 2, maybe. Really got to hold this straight. This is looking pretty close to nose. And it will be a nosed peel. So, mistake for Team Englot. Thankfully, it is quite low. They will be able to run that back, but that is a definite mistake. You don't want to leave a rock down the middle. I wonder if Team Mitchell will consider that good enough to draw around, or whether they'll throw another high guard. I think that may have just been a missed draw or a missed guard. Either way, they're a little grouped together. Will be a double peel attempt. Definite chance to remove both these stones out of play completely. Boom, boom. 3 rocks removed. Pretty incredible. Ashley Williamson with shot of the day. Really smart of Michelle Englot to line up that jam, knowing she could get rid of 3 rocks there. Great call, great throw. Back to desperation mode for Team Mitchell. They thought they had an opening there. Couldn't keep their rocks separated enough. Left a double peel opportunity. Ashley Williamson sets things straight. And now just 2 rocks away. Successful peel. Oh. It appears I've been adjusting the score instead of rocks coming down the ice. Whoopsie. We are off to skip stones. There is no center guard. There are 2 overlap corner guards, 2 Englot stones on the side of the house. If you wanted to force Stephanie Schmidt to a draw, you'd need to make a freeze on that back stone in the back of the 8-foot. But for now, it'll be another center guard. See if you can't attempt a missed peel. Right behind where the broom is there is kind of where your freeze spot would be if you ever wanted to make Stephanie Schmidt draw the 8-foot for the win. But for now, it'll be a center guard. Hoping for a peel, or hoping for a missed peel, I should say. Big influx of viewers. I think we had some finished games on different sheets. Welcome. This has been a fantastic game. Team Mitchell off to a rough start. Englot really taking it to them and then ends 2-3, but a big bounce back, ends 5-6, totally controlled by Team Mitchell. Lots of opportunity to score multiple points, forcing Englot. Team Mitchell was able to blank 2 ends in a row, maintain hammer into the 8th end, but it was in the 8th end where they were forced to a single point. Decently tough shot for a single as well. Had to roll a specific way. And now it is an extra end. Had a bit of an opportunity earlier in the extra end, chose to throw another guard. That or it was a light draw. I don't quite know. Ashley Williamson blows it open, makes 3 rocks go away. Any kind of obstacle that was down the middle was eliminated with that shot. Big double peel ended up being a triple peel. And now we've got this. Stephanie Schmidt, 2 rocks left to come. She's going to use one of them to clear off this center guard. She'll use the next one to try and score 1 point for the victory. Really thin, just barely gets a piece of it, but that is a successful peel. End of the day. Didn't look pretty, but she made it work. Stephanie Schmidt did. She did peel off one of her own stones in the rings, though. Not that it's that big of a deal. It actually might give her more access to collide with the stone once this freeze is thrown. Yeah, that is ice for a freeze. So Jessica Mitchell will attempt to force Stephanie Schmidt into a draw, trying to take away a hit opportunity. The other significant thing about losing that extra rock is if this freeze is half made, Stephanie Schmidt will not have the opportunity to just blast it out of there and roll her shooter out as well. She'll have to keep something around in order to score 1. Throw is down the ice. They'll have to get shot rock in order to force Stephanie Schmidt to throw her next one. They'd prefer it right on the lid. A nose freeze is what they'll need. Sweeper's backing off. Oh, attacking it now. On and off. It looks pretty good. And they will bounce off just that critical little bit. So Make this red rock go away. Keep one of the yellows in the rings is all Stephanie Schmidt will need to do in order to score a point or two and take this game. Nice attempt there. Nice freeze attempt. We haven't seen too many draws from the center line outward. So sort of a tough one to gauge. Last rock of this extra end. Back and forth game will be decided by this. Sweepers are cleaning it in and looks perfect. Nice shot. Great game. It will be Michelle Englot, team from Regina, that advances to the championship final of the S3 Group SAS Tour Series. Great fight by Saskatoon's team. Mitchell really bounced back in that game. A lot of ends were firmly in their control. A great effort. No reason to feel ashamed of this game, this effort at all. Forces an extra end against one of the better teams in the province and Western Canada. So that'll be it. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Next draw is at 3:30, men's and women's final here on Curling Stadium Live. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster. Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.